Hello and welcome to Tiny Treasures. Today I'm going to read a very sparkly book by Peppa Pig. It's called Peppa In Space, and it's covered with black glitter and a big picture of Peppa in a spacesuit. At the end of our story, I'm going to open my bucket full of space-themed toys and pull a couple out to have a look. There's a peek. Now let's get to our story. It's a sunny day. Peppa is playing with her bouncy ball outside. George and his friend Edmund Elephant are playing with their space toys. They are pretending that they are on the moon. Mummy and Daddy Pig have an idea. There is a show at the museum about the moon and space. They all go see it. But Peppa is nervous. She doesn't want to go to the moon. Will we really have to go to the moon? Peppa asks. No, Peppa, Daddy Pig says. We're not going to the moon. We're going to the museum. Mrs. Rabbit gives Mummy Pig 5 tickets. Enjoy your trip to the moon, Mrs. Rabbit says. Peppa is confused. She thought they were only going to the museum, not the moon. Then Mr. Rabbit leads Peppa and her family into a rocket ship. Peppa thinks it looks real. Mr. Rabbit even puts on a helmet like a real astronaut. But Mr. Rabbit reminds her that it's only pretend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! On the first stop of the tour, Mr. Rabbit explains that there are only 8 planets that go around the sun: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Peppa and everyone she knows live on Earth. Some planets are made of rock, some planets are made of ice, and some planets are made of gas. The next stop on the tour is a big room with a moon. If this was the real moon, you could jump over my head, Mr. Rabbit says. Gravity is what keeps us on the ground, explains Mr. Rabbit. It is weaker on the moon, so you can jump higher. Peppa is impressed. Mr. Rabbit straps everyone into anti-gravity rubber bands. Then they bounce high into the air as if they are on the moon. It is a lot of fun. Say moon cheese, Mrs. Rabbit says as she snaps a photo. Moon cheese! Everyone cheers. The tour is over, but Peppa still has many questions. Are there trees on the moon? She asks. No, Mr. Rabbit answers. Are there any cars on the moon? Peppa asks. No, Mr. Rabbit answers. Are there any moon shops? Peppa asks. No, Mr. Rabbit answers. That would be silly. Peppa, her family, and Edmund enter the museum shop. Welcome to the moon shop, says Mrs. Rabbit. The moon shop sells many things. Daddy Pig buys a piece of moon cheese. The moon cheese is very tasty, he says. But the moon is not really made of cheese. It is made of rock. Mrs. Rabbit holds out a photo. Here is a photo of little piggies on the moon with an elephant, she says. Everyone giggles. They like the picture. Peppa, George, Edmund, Mummy Pig, and Daddy Pig have all had a fun day at the museum and in space. Okay, Tiny fans, I added a word into the book that wasn't there. Do you know what word it was? Let me know in the comments if you figured it out. The last page in the book is full of fun Peppa Pig stickers. You can put them in the storybook, or maybe you want to put them with your sticker collection in your sticker album. I'm now going to reach into the bucket and pull out a space toy. What will it be? I can't see. Oh, do you know what this is called? It's not an airplane. It's called a NASA United States Space Shuttle. How about I pick one more toy out of the bucket? Let's see. Oh, let's pull this. Oh, and I pulled out the exact same toy. There were 2 space shuttles in the bucket. Okay, maybe I will pick one more toy out. It's a sign that says Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. We visited this place in one of our videos, and we learned lots of fun space facts. What do you know about space? And thank you so much for coming to Tiny Treasures. Please subscribe to our videos. Goodbye.